Hey, welcome to Dynamic Alignment Bodywork. It's Wednesday evening, so we're off the Friday morning train if you've been following that. But either way, hey, I wanted to take a couple minutes to talk about shoulders, how they function and position. And I've done a few sessions involving people's shoulders this week, and kind of a new visual as an anatomical truth came up for me, and I wanted to pass it along to you because I think it's really helpful. And that is essentially when we think about mobilizing, moving the shoulder, whether that's a really overt mobilization, technique or exercise, like here I'm rotating and lifting, or just that kind of movement we do because it feels good, right, to move up and down the shoulders. Consider this. The anatomy of the joint is that your arm bone, this arm bone, if that was represented by this, sits in a little pocket in the shoulder blade as it comes forward. And a lot of times what we're doing when we're moving what we think of as the shoulder is we're really moving this whole thing. And consider how to get movement inside, both through rotation and so your arm bone actually moving in the joint. So the first option to move both of them would be more like this, front, back, up and down, where my humerus and my scapula are largely moving together. And that might be if I was sitting and I'm just pulling straight back. The other visual, how to get a little bit more scapular movement, and this is the kind of thing where a little bit of change can go a really long ways. So if you're sitting down right now, you can see what it feels like to sort of push back and forth with more gross motor movements. And then try visualizing your scapula the front side of it as it's on your ribs. So just that little bit of space between your scapula and your ribs. And you can start to slide your shoulder blade up. So you're sliding the shoulder blade on the surface of the ribs, which would be here. You can glide it out, glide it back, down. And for sure, my arm bone is moving, and there's there's often a little bit different mechanism that happens. So this reset can be letting the scapula glide up, maybe drawing them back a little bit, and then letting them kind of glide back down and settle. And the moral of this story being really, what's it like to identify your shoulder with your shoulder blade instead of with this big lump right here. Hope that's helpful for you, and see you in a bit.